All right, now we're going to talk about how to install this Series 1060 on the platform that you've been provided with in your sales kit. We'll also give you some hints on how to install bracket arms and how to merchandise it with accessories. First, you need to locate the board in your sales kit for the Series 1060. Now, this board here is a square. The one that comes in your kit will actually be a rectangle, so it'll be a little bit longer. But you locate that rectangular board, it'll have a 19mm hole in the center. And that's what we're going to use for the Series 1060. Locate the angled Series 1060 display stand in your kit, and what we will want to do is take the cord that comes through the bottom and run it through the hole there. Okay. Of course, as with all InVue product, you want to take the provided alcohol wipe and go ahead and clean the surface up a little bit ahead of time so that you can get a good adhesive hold there. Here's what not to do. Before you insert the cord through there, remember to take the adhesive off. Okay, just pull that off, and you insert this through the hole. Kind of center it, and it's just that easy. In less than a minute, you've got the Series 1060 stand mounted in your table. Now, in your sales kit, it comes with a PS530. This is our 5.3 volt, 3 amp power supply, and this is what you'll use to power the Series 1060 up. So that plugs in like this, and of course, this goes into the wall circuit. So essentially, below deck, you're done. It's really just that simple. It's the simplicity of a pod, peel and stick security on demand. So let's demonstrate the sensor options. Okay. Here I'm going to show you a sensor for an iPhone. This has got an Apple Lightning connector. This comes in both a handheld with a straight cable as well as a tablet option with a coiled cable, so that if you need to stretch it out for the larger tablets, you can. There's one common stand for both handhelds and tablets, so once you have that installed, you don't have to worry about changing that out. You just want to pay attention to whether you have an Apple Lightning connector, USB Type-C, or a micro USB connector, depending upon the type of phone or tablet that you choose to display. Okay, once you find the appropriate sensor for the live product that you'll be merchandising, you want to pull the recoiler out, insert the stem into the recoiler, and this is threaded, so you just screw it in, okay? And it kind of snaps into place there. You just turn it a couple times. Okay, that's your basic implementation. Now, the standard sensor comes with a adhesive which mounts over the entire surface. I'm going to show you two implementations with this sensor, one without bracket arms and one with bracket arms. And so I've chosen to go ahead and remove that. So in a normal situation, this would be covered with adhesive, and that's the way it comes in your sales kit. So you don't have to worry about changing or altering it. Okay, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and peel off that. I'm going to get my Apple iPhone. I'm going to plug the Lightning connector into the bottom here. Okay. And we're just going to mount this center mounted on the phone. It's just that easy. Okay, you're plugged into the wall. Now you have a complete setup with an Apple iPhone. One of the important things to remember about this product is that it does feature a lockdown capability on stand. So in normal mode of operation, you're welcome to take advantage of the recoiler. It's the smoothest, lightest weight recoiler in the industry, very quiet. However, we know that there are times in a store where perhaps there's fewer sales staff later in the evening, or perhaps based on the location of the store, you want a little bit of extra security. So there's a couple steps that you can take. Let me show you how to demonstrate those. If you take your multi-tool or key fob with an InVue T20 bit, you can go into the side port here and just turn it a quarter turn clockwise, and it converts it to a lockdown stand, so you can no longer pull it up. It's just that simple. There's nothing special that you have to do. The stand that we shipped you is fully enabled for this functionality. You just turn it back a quarter turn counterclockwise, and it releases the hold down. Okay? Pretty simple. Okay? So let me show you how the accessory port works. I'm going to turn this around. In the back of the stand, you see a port with a micro USB. Now, this is really a special port. There's no other position in the industry that has this capability today. This is a fully powered, think of it as a ZIPS power port. This will give you alarm plus power for an accessory that can be demonstrated side by side with the Series 1060. This is embedded in the product at no additional cost. It is a value that is worth $30 to $40 retail. So it's a significant selling point for the Series 1060. Here's one example about how you might merchandise with a headphone. Okay. We do offer, and you'll find in your sales kit, a design for purpose headphone stand. And the platform you have in your sales kit is larger. It allows you to place both the accessory and the phone on the same platform. This uses a adjustable noose sensor. This is part of our Zips 2.0 line of products. This is already released, but you will find one available in your sales kit for you to use as part of your demonstrations. I think you're already aware about how to adjust that noose, so I'm not going to take you through those steps. You attach that to the headphone. We've provided a nice merchandising display for those headphones with the stand. You take the zip sensor to the back of the 1060, you plug it in, and you're good to go. Okay, now you have power and alarm for the iPhone on display, and you have alarm for the headphone. Now this allows customers to not only play with the phone, but they can try the headphone on their head. They can play some music files and see the quality of the playback from the phone and understand the quality of the sound reproduction on the headphones as well. Experience and discussions with retailers indicate that when you co-merchandise products with smartphones and tablets, products like headphones or Bluetooth speakers, that the sales of both products increase. So this is a really powerful selling feature for the Series 1060, and we really encourage you that when you present this, that you show the accessories. The headphone is just one example. Of course, we have other accessories available, including a micro USB that provides both power and security. This attractive little speaker is a wireless Bluetooth speaker. Typically they're powered with micro USB. In the back you can locate the micro USB port. Okay, we have a sensor that is a special sensor. Now we have a micro to micro sensor for Zips 2.0, which is alarm only. And then this is a new sensor that you'll find in your sales kit. This is a micro to micro power plus alarm. Okay, and what makes this special is not only are you alarming the speaker, but you're also powering it. Okay, you plug that into the back of the speaker. You take the end with the micro USB, and of course that can be plugged into the back of the Series 1060. And now you're providing both power and alarm for the iPhone, but also for the wireless Bluetooth speaker. Once again, it's a powerful merchandising message for our customers, and it's a real strong value point for the Series 1060 when you compare it to competing solutions. So we encourage you to always show the powered accessory port with the product. The next thing we're going to show you is how to apply bracket arms on the phone itself. So what we're going to do is this will give us an opportunity to show you the sensor removal tool. In your sales kit, you'll see a curious looking tool that looks like a hook or a C. This is a fixture which you use with your multi-tool. You have the long straight blade here, which is your removal tool that you use for some of our older sensors. This removal tool fits into this little tool that we provided in your kit, this C tool. And we use this to remove the sensor from the Series 1060. Okay? On the Series 1060, there are two slots located on either side of the sensor connection. There's a slot or a hole here, and there's a slot or a hole here. Basically, you take your tool, and it fits inside those two holes there. And then you take your slotted removal tool from your multi-tool, and you're basically using this like a wrench, and you just twist it. And that torsional force allows you to break the hold of the adhesive and to remove it safely. So now that you've removed the sensor from the phone, okay, normally you'd be starting with a clean install, so I'm just going to remove the adhesive so that you have it. Now you have a clean back on your sensor. Okay, so we're gonna take this and set this aside for just a moment, and I'm going to take the iPhone that we're going to merchandise, and on that iPhone we have a bracket arm and bracket arm assembly plate. Okay, this comes with your kit. We have one for handheld, we have one for tablets, and then we have a special Viper one for tablets. And you're familiar with our Viper arms. We offer them for several of our products. We're going to show you how to install it today for the handheld. Okay? So you take the plate. I've already pre-installed the arms. I took the time to adjust them so that they were the appropriate height for the iPhone. The theory of operation on these arms is that it works the same way as the Series 950 that you're already familiar with. They have adjustable Z height, which are accessed through a T20 Torx bit on the bottom here. So you can take your multi-tool with your T20 and adjust the height and get that set just right for your iPhone. Okay, and then we can pull those out. Okay, and now what you'll want to do is go ahead and center mount the plate. So we will use our alcohol wipe. We'll clean the back surface of the phone. We'll remove the adhesive plate and we will go ahead and center that. And it's easy to line up with the icons on the back of the phone there. Okay. So we'll go ahead and center that and put it down. Okay. So now that we have that centered in the right position, we'll go ahead and mount the arms. They go through the slots on the side. Okay. Put one in the lower slot and one in the upper slot. Okay, so this one is a little tight, and so I'm going to show you how to adjust it. On the back of the arms plate, there's some Phillips head screws. So what you can do is you can, if you find like I did, that those are a little tight, you just turn them a little bit. You slide your slots in there, and once you have it properly set up, you take your Phillips head screwdriver and then just tighten it down a little bit. Okay. Okay. And then what you'll want to do is take your T20 tool, and I had already scaled these to the appropriate height for the iPhone, but they were a little bit loose, and that allowed me to basically mount it to the phone easily. So what you want to do then is just go ahead and tighten that up so that you get a nice firm grip on the phone. Once you've mounted the security brackets on the plate, you'll want to take your Phillips head and tighten these down a little bit so that the security arms don't slip. Okay. It's really important when you align this, not only do you want to center it with the phone, but the end of the plate, which has the yellow plunger, wants to be pointing in the end of the product that has the lightning connector or the micro USB, so that that's properly lined up when you mount the sensor. Now we want to mount the sensor to here. So you see the sensor has a plunger. You want to line that up with the yellow button on the arms plate here. So that just kind of sits together right there. Okay. And included with the sensor are two T20 screws. These screws are used in these holes here in the top of the sensor to secure the sensor to the arms plate. So you take your T20 multi-tool and you basically go ahead and screw those down. It takes a couple twists, but it's pretty fast and simple. You can feel when it's snug. And you go ahead and tighten both of them down. Okay. Now that we have the arms plate mounted and we've secured the sensor to the arms plate, go ahead and plug the sensor into the phone. We come back to your stand. We plug the optical sensor into the bottom of the Series 1060 sensor. You turn it clockwise to give it a nice snug fit. And now you have a complete installation of the Series 1060 with bracket arms. One of the interesting features that we've included with the Series 1060, you saw how easy it was for me to re-merchandise, right? But of course, retailers probably don't want it to be just that easy for a curious customer to accidentally unplug the sensor and cause a false alarm in the store. So we have a little hold down screw, which is located, this black screw. It's a T8 Torx. Okay. If you apply the sensor, you use your T8 tool, you can get in there, and in this case, what you'll want to do is just kind of loosen it. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but you loosen it by turning it counterclockwise, and that locks this down. So now it can no longer be removed by the customer. So now you have a really great iPhone display. You have the added security of the bracket arms. You have the optional use of the lockdown with your T20 bit. So you can easily scale the security. Okay. And then when it comes time for re-merchandising, you just basically reverse the process. You take your multi-tool with your T8. In this case, you put it in the black T8 slot and you tighten it a couple turns. And that releases the lockdown on the sensor, allowing you to remove the sensor. Now you can re-merchandise. Say a new version of the iPhone comes out, or if you want to place another model on here, you can take this one off easily and then replace another phone there. Okay? It's just that simple. Once you've installed the sensor, you get everything plugged in. You see, of course, gold is good. As with all InVue products, on the sensor head, you'll see an LED here. When this LED is illuminated gold, that tells you that the product is fully charged and is also armed and secure. Okay? One of the nice things about this product is that it is a dual alarm product. If a customer were to pull this alarm, the stand would alarm at 105 dB, and the sensor would also alarm. It's an alarm on merchandise, so that gives you a little bit of extra theft deterrence there. So if someone were to break the cord by pulling it or to cut the cord, the alarm would go off here, but the alarm would also follow the product out of the store with the thief, and that just gives us a little bit of extra security. Both of these are very loud, 105 dB and 100 dB here. Okay. Probably the last thing that I haven't showed you is we've talked about the sensor removal tool that is used to remove the sensor. But if it comes time to re-merchandise and you're required to remove the stand from the fixture, of course InVue has a handy strap wrench that's used for many of our products, and the strap wrench is the appropriate tool. You put it over the top of the stand, cinch it down tight, and then you twist it, and it is the appropriate tool for removing the Series 1060 from the fixture.